In Sierra Leone, our major challenges are feed ingredients and day-old chicks for broiler farmers or layer farmers. Here in Uganda, that is no longer a challenge. So I think we have not been very much serious about the poultry farming if we are to be judged by the Uganda level.
Most of the problems that I saw in Sierra Leone that affect them, they are the same problems that affect us, but we are different levels of growth as an industry.
In our country, egg and chicken is imported from other country to our country, but it is interesting to know that Uganda exports and do not import.
What has impressed him most is the level of technology we use at farms.
Okay.
It's not yet so way up advanced, but at least it is better than what they are doing in Sierra Leone.
We have so much knowledge gap. We do not have most of the information we need to do on the poultry farming that can supply our country. Knowledge is power. So you can't do most of the things they are doing.
It's not every day that you get an opportunity to speak to someone from another country. But of course, we are all in Africa and we are brothers and sisters. So on this special episode, I'm so honored to be having a conversation with an amazing person who is doing a wonderful job of poultry farming in Sierra Leone. You know, poultry farming remains a promising venture in Africa. Well, in Uganda, it's steadily taking off. Of course, we are not yet there where we want to be, but in other African countries, it's still dwindling. And this is the case with Sierra Leone. So in this episode, we are going to find out what could be hindering the progress of poultry farming in Sierra Leone. And of course, like for us, we have a well-suited representative from Sierra Leone. He's the giant of poultry farming when it comes to Sierra Leone. But on a special occasion, we also have an incredible person who is doing an amazing job in the Ugandan poultry farming industry, and he happens to be the host of our visitors, and I believe he has done an amazing job in giving hospitality to our visitors here. Andrew.
Yes, please.
You're welcome to the channel once again.
Thank you for hosting me. I think this is my second time to appear on the channel.
Exactly.
I'm really delighted to be here, and this time around, I'm happy to be here with a visitor from so many miles away from our home.
I know, right?
So he's here for a very important purpose, which is poultry farming. I'm glad that people are watching your channel across the region and in Africa generally. So he's one of the people who has been seeing the good works we do as vet-equipped solutions in terms of modern farming equipment, automated feeders, drinkers, silos with that farm. So he decided to come down and see it himself.
Wow.
And we have managed to host him for a week now.
A week?
Yes, a week.
Wow.
And we have been going around farms. He's here first of all to learn how farming is done in Uganda, particularly poultry farming, and other ventures like dairy, piggery, and duck farming. So this is why we are here today.
Wow, that's impressive. And what has impressed them mostly from your analysis after moving them around?
Okay, for first things first, he came here because he wanted to get knowledge of doing farming in a better way, maybe a modern way of doing poultry farming. And it's good that he landed in our hands because we also have we have people around who are doing things that could look like what we are doing, but it's good that he landed in our hands. But what has impressed him most is the level of technology we use at farms. It's not yet so way up advanced, but at least it is better than what they are doing in Sierra Leone. So by technology, I mean the way we feed our birds with water, the way we feed our birds we give our birds feed. I think they are practicing it in a more traditional way than us. So we are better off than them in terms of poultry. But also, there's one thing that was eye-catching to him. He didn't know that here in Uganda, at all levels of production, poultry is being done at a business level. So he was impressed by backyard farming, which happens in almost all homes in Uganda. We have farmers keeping birds in their boys' quarters, garages, and they are earning money. So he was impressed that people are doing this as a full-time job and not as a side business. They are not wasting time. they are earning from it. I think those are the two things that I've noticed that have impressed him. We also visited a goat farm where he had never seen someone with over 500 goats and ducks. So he's really, there have been so many things that have really impressed him, and he will talk for himself. Of course, he's here. Yeah.
Mr. Charles, sorry, Mr. James.
Yes.
Tell us something brief about yourself. Who are you?
I am James Kajalai, a poultry farmer in Sierra Leone. And I happen to be a distributor of Ponko concentrate. There is a company in the Netherlands.
Our Ponko.
Ponko, yes.
Okay.
So he got to know me through Ponko because you know that Vet Equip Solutions is one of the importers of Ponko in Uganda. So that was our first connection, and then later on we discussed other things. So this is why, so he's a partner in Ponko in Africa.
I'm a partner to Ponko, and so we are all invited by Vet Equipment Solution, so to Uganda. Of course, this is my first time of coming here.
How
so
is it?
It's very fine. It's like Ponko, the Ponko marketing manager and Vet Equip Solution. We are trying to tell me maybe it's looking like I need to have some experience from elsewhere. Uganda is about ahead of us in poultry farming. So in Sierra Leone, we do not have somebody having up to 100,000 birds, layers in our country. So he said, look, come and see your African brothers, see what they are doing, so that maybe you will harvest some knowledge to go back home.
Has the journey been worth it?
Yes. It worth it. Because on my invitation, I came and I've been hosted by Vet Equipment Solutions in Uganda. So it was like a discussion to share ideas and to tour the farms in Uganda. So we toured a long list of poultry farms, so smaller ones, medium ones, bigger ones as well. So we found out that they are well ahead of us in poultry farming. We also came to the other areas like the backyard farming. We found out that in Uganda, people who do backyard farming. Say I was very much impressed by a backyard poultry farmer who was doing broilers, and he even put the broilers in his boys' quarters of his compound. So I was amazed, and I asked him, why do you put broiler chickens in your backyard? Then he told me, my friend, he said, the money I get from the broiler chickens, no tenant will pay me that money. The chickens pay me more than the tenant. So for that reason, I am putting my broiler chickens there. I laughed. Then we went to a goat farming. Somebody was having more than 500 goats and sheep and other animals like the geese, which I've never seen. It was surprising for me to go to one poultry farm that is a ducks farm. For somebody to own like 50 or 100 ducks farm, no, we don't have that in our country. It was surprising. I found more than 50,000 ducks in the ducks farm, Peking ducks in Great Habib farm. So I say, wow, this is very interesting. And all of the farms we visited, small and big, they were using technologies that are far ahead of us in our own country. Because in our country, we are not using these automatic feeders and drinkers. So we find out that their technologies are ahead of us. And my host, Vet Equipment Solution, told me something that was interesting. He said, my friend, you don't need to work hard. He said, you have to work smart. That means I need to use the right technologies to grow. He said, if you use the right technologies, you will grow faster. So we also went to a dairy farm. In our country, somebody will have something like 100 or more cows, but he cannot produce so much milk like somebody having zero grazing farms in Uganda producing milk. So it was interesting for me to know that they do produce more than 500 liters of milk from a very small farm. So I didn't know most of the technologies were very strange to me. So, and so far, we've run almost most important parts in farming in Uganda. We visited most important farms, I think, in Uganda. We've been touring throughout the time I came. Every day we are going to different farms. So I think I've harvested quite a lot of knowledge to be taken home.
Wow, that's impressive. So back to Sierra Leone, how is the situation there? I know you've hinted on it a bit, but you've been doing poultry farming for 16 years there, and you happen to be one of the most experienced. How is it there? What are some of the challenges, and how are you trying to navigate through? I know one of the solutions is coming here, but what else are you doing back there?
Okay, in Sierra Leone, our major challenges are feed ingredients, and day-old chicks for broiler farmers or layer farmers. Here in Uganda, that is no longer a challenge. They have a lot of feed producers, feed mill houses. I saw a lot of them. And also they have breeder farms that produce the day-old chicks for broilers, for layers. So I think we have not been very much serious about the poultry farming. If we are to be judged by the Uganda level, so it's like we've not been too serious about the poultry farming. So that is why they've gone far ahead of us, and we are trying to harvest the knowledge they already have.
Do you think this could be one of the promising ventures that you can encourage your people to engage in?
Come again?
Do you think poultry farming is something you need in Sierra Leone as a population? Yes.
We need poultry farming very much. And I think we can do like Uganda if all of us can pay attention and get copy some ideas from Uganda as I'm doing. So I think we can succeed in driving out the poultry, the imported egg in our country. In our country, egg and chicken is imported from other country to our country. But it is interesting to know that Uganda exports and do not import chicken or egg. So that is the interesting thing I understood in Uganda.
Wow. I'll pose the same question to you, Andrew, because you are an expert in this area of poultry farming. And you know the situation in Sierra Leone as of now. Do you think this is something they really need? Yes,
he needed actually to come here. First of all, I think there was a knowledge gap. Okay. From our conversations, I noticed that there was so many things he needed to know, but not over the phone, maybe physically. I'm glad that he has visited here, he has seen it. For starters, Mr. James is the president of the Poultry Association in Sierra Leone. So he's not just a mere farmer, he's almost the head of the all poultry farmers there. So it's not politics. It means that they actually have the right representative on ground. Okay. So there have been challenges there, like he has said, in as far as technology, feed is concerned. And we have tried, in his visit, we have tried to cover every aspect. First of all, like I tell you, he comes here on grounds that we are all Ponko official distributors in Africa. And then he also comes here because he's a farmer. He's doing around 20,000 layers back home. And for him in his country, he's one of the biggest. Yes, in fact, he's the biggest. So in Uganda, having 20,000 birds is nothing. So you can have it in your backyard, and even no one will know that you're doing poultry, apart from seeing the poultry structures maybe mushrooming around the fence. So the point is he has really seen a lot here, and I think he's going to address some of the challenges they face one by one. But most important, it's good that he came. And he doesn't even want to leave, by the way, for all our farmers there that he has visited. He almost wants to buy everything he sees here. So it means a lot to him, and I think this was a very fruitful journey for him.
I think what I found in Uganda is like we have so much knowledge gap. We do not have most of the information we need to do the poultry farming that can maybe supply our country. And if you don't have knowledge, knowledge is power. So you can't do most of the things they are doing. But knowledge remains to be our biggest challenge. So I'm trying to be aggressive. In fact, I would say this will not be my last time visiting Uganda. I should be visiting Uganda because of the things I've just learned. I will come and maybe complete my work of learning more of the information. Currently, like I'm saying, we do not have ducks farmer in our country, and ducks also produces meat.
And it's something that is lucrative as well.
And it is on demand.
We don't have milk
demand for ducks.
A dairy farmer. There is demand for ducks in our country. There is demand for dairy products in our country, butter, maybe cheese and the like. There is demand for them there, or nobody is doing. So this knowledge gap happens to be one of our biggest challenges. Although we have other challenges like access to finance, because our country tries, our government tries to support farmers with loans. But unfortunately, these loans do not reach the farmers.
Corruption.
Yes, like they provided agri credit facility, which was tailored for farmers, because you know the interest rate was not that high, and they will give you some time before you start paying the interest. But then it is interesting to know that this the government of Sierra Leone, we give this money to commercial banks, and it's difficult for farmers to access
But I think as the president of Poultry Farmers Association, I think that's where you come in, right?
No, I'm not the president of Poultry Farmers Association. I'm just a senior poultry farmer in the country, but I'm not the political head of the poultry farmers. But we continue telling them, because they all know we just done an election. Or they all know that I don't think we had up to 20 people who are practical poultry farmers that had the loan the government gave to poultry farmers. Wow. So the government can give the poultry farming loan to commercial banks, but I think these credits perhaps are diverted, because some of us think we are qualified, we have the collaterals, but we didn't get the loan. So most of us didn't get the loan. So it's hard. Wow. So access to finance still remains to be a challenge. Yeah. And when sometimes they give support from maybe World Bank to other poultry farmers, and they divert the credit, and then we don't have I can remember they've supported certain poultry farmers to produce day-old chicks, layers, to produce broilers, and give them automated abattoirs, but they have nothing to do with them. Wow. Maybe they eat the money around or divert the credit, and we are still without a good hatchery. There is only one hatchery where it's producing dual purpose birds, and people are more interested in layers and broilers. Yeah, that is it.
Wow, that's quite sad. Yeah?
So these are similar challenges, even in Africa and in Uganda. The only difference is we experience them at different levels. Of course, poultry industry being a small industry in their country, the challenges look small, but they are actually very fundamental in growing the industry. So they affect the industry drastically. So even in Uganda financially, maybe just to add on what you have said, farmers go through the same thing. And one thing you have to know about our farmers is that they are price sensitive. They would really love to adapt the technology. They would really love to expand. They would really love to grow. But most times they are limited by finances. And I face it occasionally in my work. Like when someone calls for a water line installation, they'll ask for the price first, which is okay. We are all price sensitive. Yeah. But I try to tell them that we do have a difference between price and cost. I was telling you some days back, price is the value of the product you're buying. How much is this? It is 5,000. How much is this? 10,000. But same product. Then the cost is the return on the investment. It can be a bad cost, it can be a good cost. So the bad cost is when you have to replace within a short time, when you have to maintain it, meaning it takes a lot of money, when it does not live to its usefulness. So that's a bad cost. If it's a good cost, definitely you will use the product over and over again to give you value for money, purpose why you put it there. For example, if you're going to install water, water is a very important resource in poultry. birds that are laying, 70% of the eggs is water. So it means that for them to perform, they need to take water. But now how do you supplement water? Are you using jerry cans? Are you using drums? Are you using drinkers? So these things farmers want them. Sometimes they are limited by finances, but we are trying to see that, to show them that it's still very possible to use them at all scales of production, whether medium, small, or large scale. So I think most of the problems that I saw in Sierra Leone that affect them, they are the same problems that affect us, but we are at different levels of growth as an industry.
But we are also more aware, I think.
Yes, definitely. I told you there is a knowledge gap. People don't take poultry to be serious in Sierra Leone, but it's a very serious industry that can grow the whole economy at large.
Actually, I think that is one of our major challenges. We need an Andrew like this one. We need an Andrew. That's a vetman solution in Sierra Leone. Maybe 2 or more of that in Sierra Leone. Because what he is doing here, he knows all the poultry farmers need, and he has all in his business. And the technicians, the materials, water line installation, feeder installation, he has all. But in our own country, we have only 2 veterinary business people. And interestingly, when they are giving support to farmers, it's like they want the farmers to grow without supporting the veterinary people. And we do not have laboratory where we have the largest population of poultry farmers. So we do not have laboratory there to check the food or
to run
the chickens,
tests.
to run tests. There is a laboratory which is even not sufficient. It's not too capable of treating the issues we have in the country, but it's located well in the north, and it's hard to go there. It's hard to go there with your problem. So it's like if we are having a vet equipment solution, because the 2 veterinary service people we have in the country, most times for common drugs like vaccination, for common drugs like dewormers, you go right around the country and you cannot get. Like the materials I saw with him, of course I'm taking along some of them, like materials for giving vaccine in the eye of the birds. I never knew about this on the how can I say, the part of the knowledge, that was the knowledge gap. I never knew they would give the vaccine in the eyes of the birds. So I bought it for him, and I'm taking it along so that I will use it too.
Wow. Speaking of having Andrews in your country, I think one of the things you should take away from Uganda, from the visit you had, you realize that on those farms they are giving lessons and trainings to farmers. Do you think that's something they can borrow?
Yeah, that's something they can adapt, but of course with caution against biosecurity diseases. You see, once you start agro-tourism, kind of doing farm visits and trainings, then you have to make sure that at the end of the day you don't lose your flock to visitors. So I think he can encourage fellow farmers, or even if he can lobby influencers like maybe leaders to come up with designated places for trainings. In Uganda we do have agriculture institutes. Particularly they address different sectors in agriculture or departments. So those who want to learn about farming, whether dairy, poultry, they can go there and learn. Then there are a few farmers also whom we have here who are doing this at a consultation level. I'm glad we visited with him some farms and he saw that people were earning money just from consulting. From consulting. Most of the farms we visited that are doing this, we were paying some money. First of all for their time, but also to sustain the business. Besides knowledge sharing, you have also to sustain the business at the end of the day. So I'm sure he saw it and he could also see that it's also a money-fetching opportunity, which he can adapt. He can even have his own setup, a small side farm, particularly for learners. Then he has his big investment for commercial purposes, because at farms you have to be biosecurity cautious. So I'm sure that he saw that and it is something they can adapt.
Yeah, we saw that and we found out that our host was paying for every farm we are visiting. We visit them, discuss with them ask them questions, we share knowledge, and let's say we harvest their knowledge because they are more knowledgeable in this farming business than we are. So we are paying. So this is not happening in our own country. Okay. So because the knowledge is not flowing there as it is here.
It should be flowing there. As we wrap up our interesting conversation, because these people have to actually fly back to their country, and the flight won't wait for us to have the entire day to discuss poultry farming or comparing Sierra Leone and Uganda when it comes to poultry farming. So what would be your last remarks on your visit and entire poultry farming process in Sierra Leone and in Uganda? Can you wrap it up for us?
My last words will be, I think I need to liaise with Ponko, that is our partner in the poultry farming, so that we can get a business like Vet Equipment Solution is doing. With the support of Vet Equipment Solution, we can transfer some of these ideas, some of these techniques to our country, so that we can do better farming. Because in our country, like concentrate, we have two kinds of concentrates that are popular. I've used all of them. But Ponko happens to be above their standard.
I see.
Ponko give results greater than those two that are there. Okay. It outperforms the two concentrates that are there. So, and Ponko is ready to give any support, technical support like mixing formula. This is so I think we need to find a way of getting a branch of Vet Equipment Solution in Sierra Leone.
Is that something you're going to consider, Mr. Andrew, as we conclude our conversation?
I think that's a very long-term plan, but what we can do tentatively, now that we're in touch with Mr. James, we can work together. Okay. I can actually connect him to most of our suppliers across the world. You know, we represent reputable brands. In equipments, we deal with Rockzell. Rockzell is a Belgium company. Has been in place for over 30 years. We deal with quite a number of other suppliers. Feeds, we deal with Ponko. So we can connect with our suppliers to supply them direct in Sierra Leone. Then I can give them a technical fallback position, kind of technical support whenever they need us. Like the way we have started working, because like he has told you, he wants to buy everything here. Unfortunately, he cannot carry everything by plane. Wow. But at least now there is a starting point to work together. That is the most important thing.
I see.
Yes, and I know this video will also go very far. So I believe many people will reach out to him back home. Because I didn't know that West Africans actually watch a lot of our videos.
They do.
But I was surprised when we showed one of them, because he's not alone. He came along with a partner. When we showed him your video, they requested to meet, and they were happy. They already know you. So this is a very good platform for farming. Thank you for coming up with it.
All right. And with that, you know what to do after watching this conversation. If you're in Sierra Leone, reach out to Mr. James here. With his permission, I'll see if I'll leave his contact in the description below. If not, you can email me, and then we shall see how you can connect to him. But most importantly, share this video so that it can reach a wider audience. Leave your suggestions, and of course, see you in the next video.